second. I've been getting like the worst luck all around. How much damage is it? Oh, dude. It's 9 damage. I'm gonna take a risk. Oof. Come on. Just one shot. $19? Oh, jeez. That was close. We did lose all of our 20 pots, which is fine because this is the best value is using them now anyway. But that does make us have to use our lemonade though. I'm gonna check for a Rupa. There might be a Rupa. Yo, laser guns. Thanks for the prime. Fantastic mons. Yo, Coco Jojo, thank you so much for the resub. Check the Pokedex. Oh yeah, we fought a Rupa, that's right. I fissured it.
All right. I've been waiting for this one. I clicked it and I said I need to do this on stream. Pre-watched. All right. T1 CEO Jomash, during an AMA session regarding the Zeus transfer saga, remarked that there have been past instances where financial gains were prioritized with what's best for the player. In response, Zeus agency The Play refuted these claims, stating they were not true. T1 has not issued any official statement. For further clarification regarding CEO Jomash's comments, however, upon investigation, it was confirmed that T1, through a representative, clarified CEO Jomash was merely expressing concerns by referencing incidents from the past. How fucking stupid. How stupid. How stupid do they think people are? He was expressing concerns by referencing incidents from the past? Directly after an implied incident has happened? Are you mad? The Blaze stated we did not receive any agent fees and we clearly communicated this point to the T1 representative before the AMA to resolve. Before the AMA! I missed this actually. Before! They knew about this before! And he publicly implied this. Before, man! He could just stay quiet. He could have said nothing. Nothing. But he has so high ego. They could even say nothing now. Why are they speaking? Why are they speaking, man? In response, T1 countered by saying, "We have no knowledge about the contract terms between Zeus and his agent." Then why are you implying these things? T1 clarified the CEO Joe's Moss statement. The approach to check out the team's history, play development, long-term career planning was not intended as a negative criticism, but rather as a simple evaluation. You know what, Umti? You know what, Umti? I'm not criticizing you, bro. I'm just providing an evaluation. What the fuck is an evaluation? An evaluation is opinion on the facts. What is an evaluation? Bro, you know how this reads? It reads as if Joe Marsh was like, "I need to say something publicly. People are angry at me." And then his lawyer was like, "You need to be quiet. You need to shut the fuck up." And he's like, "No, I need to say something because people are flaming me. People are flaming me. I need to get the word out." And then lawyers was like, "Okay, this is what you can say, because this would be our legal defense in case your ass gets sued." The Play took this remark as implying that the Play signed the contract solely for financial reasons and strongly refuted it, labeling it false. Of course, anyone would judge it like that. T1 argued that the Play misinterpreted Joe Marsh's remarks, explaining the comments weren't directly, specifically at the Play. Oh, so there is one player you have a hard time signing and it ends, and the community, like piranhas, want to fucking understand this meaty piece of information that drips with fresh, tasty blood. And you played into that, knowing exactly how they would react. Painting Zeus bad, painting the agency bad. You knew exactly how this was played. Are they like, is the defense here stupidity? The comments weren't directed specifically at the Play. Imagine I have an argument with someone in the chat and then I say, "Twitch chat is so fucking stupid." But I'm not talking about this one. I'm not talking about this one. This one is great. This one is great. The comments weren't directed specifically at the Play. Rather, they expressed concern about industry practice prioritizing money over respect for existing teams. So I saw Dom's tweet and he's so fucking right. You know, at least, you know, what Joe Marsh is doing is legit virtue signaling to the max, bro. Virtue signaling so fucking hard, bro. He's just saying whatever he thinks people are gonna eat up at the moment in time, but he has no virtues of his own. Nothing. Nothing. He talks, bro. T1 is done for the sole purpose of money, bro. Like the amount of heartache and fucking pain these players need to go through, the stress and the pressure with all the streaming and the media events and all the interviews and all that jazz. And then on top of that, right, on top of that, you bench Smash for money reasons. You bench Smash for money reasons. This was Dom's point. He said it, but it's so true. Like, at least shut the fuck up. Like every other CEO, bro. Every other CEO shuts up. Every other CEO shuts up. If Elon Musk shut the fuck up, would have been better. If Joe Marsh shut up, would have been better. This is like grounds for firing, man. Because actively just destroying the PR of this company. Joe Marsh never said they only think about financial gain. He simply used past examples involving agency like the Play to highlight industry-wide concern, which constitutes an opinion. Really? After Zeus's transfer was finalized, T1's negotiating representatives approached us and both sides supported and concluded the decision positively. Regarding this point, so basically it's like the AMA took place regardless. Because, I don't know, it just seems like, well, the way it comes across is like all of the coaching staff, all of the management, they have to like, they work really, really fucking hard and then they are so fucking scared because they don't know what the fuck their CEO is gonna do on that day. You know what it fucking reminds me of? The fucking, the head of the New York Yankees in Seinfeld. The guy who does just fucking wacky shit all the time and nobody fucking understands why he's here at the top position. Like, that's how he fucking reminds me of, bro. That's who he reminds me of. Regarding this point, considering Zeus' contribution to dedication young age, we wanted to resolve the situation quickly and quietly, but the unusual free agency process and announcement of Zeus' transfer without additional comment triggered global fan criticism. Oh, I'm getting criticized by the fans for fucking losing Zeus, which is normal. I need to spin the story and live. Poor me. I put myself in the limelight for no fucking reason, no benefit to anyone else but yourself. And we need to do something about the criticism. Can't take it on the chin, right? Gotta feed the piranhas. I don't think people are this dumb. It's too blatant. I don't understand how anyone would defend Joe Marsh, bro. And Tion's PR team. We have always prioritized player protection and continue to do so. Really. Fuck the coaches, though. And fuck Smash. Right? And fuck Gumayushi, too. In contrast, after they made the play issued an additional statement to protect their own interests, demanding corrections, despite Joe Marsh's comments being neither false nor warranting correction. Yeah, bro. Joe Marsh, it just, you know what this reads as? His lawyers basically begged him, don't say anything publicly. The PR agent that they just hired said, please don't say anything publicly. And he's like, I have to. Look at the tweets. They're angry at me. They're angry at me. I must solve this imminently. I must convince them to like me. I brought the Gumayushi back. Don't they like that I brought the Gumayushi back? Because obviously, the same thing as before. I said, bro, just shut up. Bro, the right thing to do is to shut up and not say anything. That's the move here. But they just had to say something. I don't know, bro. We have always prioritized player protection, continue to do so. As a leading organization in the industry, we aim to resolve this issue considering various perspectives. Most issues raised by the play fall within the realm of opinion, and demanding correction would infringe upon freedom of expression. What a joke. The expression reduction appearing in the caption message is merely the play's claim and not an objectively verified fact. We disagree with this characterization, believe it differs from the objective truth. Given the sharp disagreement between both sides on the use of term reduction, it would be more accurate if the article clearly stated disagreement or modify the expression. Oh, so when there's when you can interpret everything however you want, and when something have multiple meanings, it needs to be changed. But when something is understood a certain way by everybody, you can say, well, people just misunderstood me. You just don't know how I communicate. He may not have name-dropped anybody on his AMA, but his words and insinuation led to malicious comments for Zeus, his agency, and HLE, and T1 thinks they can get away with a scoff-free. It's a battle of public opinion. More than that, Joe Marsh literally accused the play and HLE of illegal tampering and caused unbelievable... I don't know, bro. What a prankster. The guys, our CEO, didn't mean that. He said he didn't think Zeus would have stayed even if they had offered him $3 million. But now the information says that Zeus was actually willing to stay. It's just a joke, bro. He's just trying to protect his own skin. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is. How can he be in this position? I'm sorry, but especially in this day and age, your CEO is absolutely responsible for what they see on social media. Don't want them to be responsible for it. Don't let them post. Yeah. He's actually spiraling. I agree. Joe is completely spiraling and is tanking the company, bro. The only way you revive the company, bro, like, it needs to be fired. Like, it sounds harsh, but bro, he's fumbling. He's fumbling the biggest lead in esports history, bro. He's fumbling the biggest lead in esports history. I think that, you know, the most toxic aspect of this, the really poisonous aspect of this, is that they're implying that Zeus owes them something, or that Zeus can't fend for his own interests. Like, he can't fend for his own interests. This agent was hired with that purpose. If Zeus' contract with T1 was $3 million, that's a reduction. No, it wasn't a reduction. The thing is, he said that because he wanted to imply that Zeus leaving had nothing to do with money. But it had everything to do with money. Everything to do with it. He was trying to say, well, whatever we offered Zeus, he wouldn't accept. It's not our fault. It's not our fault that Zeus left. Zeus broke up the band. Not my shitty terms. I've seen too many lies and weasel words from Joe Marsh. Until I've seen proof, I'm going to assume T1 head honchos are lying the butts off. Base. Base, look at that, bro. The community is uniting. The community is uniting. Woo! I think, bro, from what I've seen from T1 fans, bro, from what I've seen from T1 fans, everyone agrees, bro. Everyone's on the same page. Everyone feels bad for the players, the coaches. Everyone's on the same page. That's it. That's what I've seen the averages, which is super cool, bro. It's very rare you get all types of people to agree. League of Legends hot takes. Let's take a look what you guys sent in. This game should have died years ago. Honestly, I low-key agree. In terms of how things are, in terms of games surviving or not surviving, is very circumstantial. If you look at the competitive scene, players like, of course, Faker, them being around, is a crucial aspect of the survival of esports and its popularity. If you think about the LEC, if Kameto, Ibai, and Kadrul were interested in other games and they funneled all of that energy into other places, what would have happened? There's certain elements that are irreplaceable and they are completely circumstantial. And I think that Riot took a lot of good decisions to scale League of Legends, and they have leveraged their kind of momentum in a very good way to scale to the point that they're at now. But definitely, I think along the way that there were no other games that were greater, there were no games created. All of this, of course, is circumstantial because Riot and League of Legends is constantly in a race against invisible enemies. You never know where the attention is going to go, and one mistake, one simple misstep, like the removal of Hextech chests, can definitely just kill a game. Caps is not and will never be the best EU mid laner. So this definitely was a hot take, a dog shit hot take. In terms of the people that are in the conversation, you have the likes of Perks, you have the likes of maybe Froggen, maybe Alex Ish if you go far enough back and you really isolate the Moscow 5 years. I think Caps, in terms of what his career has been and in terms of the sheer dominance, there is no player in the world that comes close in terms of how much regional dominance they've had. He has made 2 finals, 1 MSI. There is nobody that is a part of this conversation. So this is just stupidity, but that's what Twitter allows. Stupidity. If all super mains would get IP banned, the game would be much more enjoyable. The issue is there will always be a need for supports, and your issue with the current supports would then transfer to the other supports because the role in itself is just a comparison to one support to the other, and that measurement will be there no matter what. But I do think that in terms of esports, there are opportunities for mid laners and other roles to take some support jobs. So while radical, crazy, there is some merit in what you're saying. HLE will choke just like Genji in Worlds. Well, HLE have Zeus on the team, so hot take, but very bad. T1 and Genji are both better teams than HLE, and so is BLG. T1, there's an argument for that, right? T1 were very close to beat HLE, and then we wouldn't have seen this journey at all. They had a qualifier match, and game 5, T1 was in a very winning position that they squandered against HLE. HLE, of course, improved, and we weren't allowed to see how T1 could potentially improve as things went on. Genji, fair and square, lost against HLE. I can say 2 best of 5s. HLE was far superior. Genji have a lot of problems in the support department in terms of consistency, and Canyon is also not performing super well. And I think at the same time, their draft reads aren't as strong as HLE. So that one is just the Lulu. Finally, Bilibili with the change to jungle. I think that Bilibili definitely struggled in the conversation of Fearless in terms of finding cohesive drafts. And at the same time, I do think that Wei is just not a good player. So on the front of Bilibili, makes no sense. Genji makes no sense. T1, arguable, But at the same time, you know, HLE did complete the run, beat everybody, and we cannot assume instantly that T1 can do the same thing, right? Just because, like, maybe they would have done it better, maybe they would have done it worse. But considering HLE beat everybody and they won first stand, taking for granted that T1 would do the same is just in poor taste. Peanut is the greatest jungler of all time. I am ready for this conversation. Peanut's longevity is unmatched by anybody else. He has won LCK with so many different players, different rosters, has found so amazing peaks in terms of his mechanical peaks when it was, you know, his Rocksteiger years and also his T1 years. I think that was amazing. I think his stint in the LPL was kind of disappointing because I think that that's where he lost some of his edge. But then his return to the LCK was once again, you're just insane. You know, the main point of comparison always is going to be Canyon. Canyon, World's Trophy, you know, has found incredible peaks in terms of who has achieved the highest peak in terms of gameplay. I think nobody can take that away from Canyon. But I think that you need to have a deep appreciation for how good and consistent Peanut is and how often his teams just morph into something so amazing. But I know the crit is going to look at that and say, yo, Peanut no World Championship, doesn't matter. But I do think that the 95% of League of Legends that you play within a year should matter a lot when it comes to the conversation of being the greatest jungler. Depends on what your metrics are. And I think that it's fair to say in certain metrics that Peanut can be the greatest jungler of all time. Yike, better than Peanut. Aye. Well, this is a silliness. Put a lot of weight on some of the Peanut Zinzao performances and Zyra performances in terms of high rated things. I thought that Yike brought a very, very high level of consistency to KC. And I did think that Peanut got away with more because of how good HLE is. But it seems like with HLE, that's just a torch that you pass around. One player underperforms, the other pick up the slack. And at first stand, Peanut definitely did. He dropped some heavy bangers when, you know, a teammate of his was underperforming, and HLE is just too good. Too good. Too good to be true. The Ike over Peanut. Jesus Christ. Kanavi over Peanut is even worse. Yamaro was never a good coach. So Yamaro started his coaching career back in 2015. His first team was auto-relegated, so that was a bad start. I think there's many points in time where I would point to that looking at the history of Yamaro Cannon, that he's a pretty solid coach. So, hot take, but same time, shit take. Faker is the best player ever, but Riot is insanely unprepared for life without him when he retires. They had a music video planned to drop featuring him and T1 heavily, and they almost missed Worlds less than 24 hours before. I honestly agree. I think that Faker is so important for the marketing of the game. I'm sure there's people in Riot HQ that are so angry that Faker doesn't play with skins. I think that the viewership will always point to T1 and Faker being such an important aspect. And I think additionally, that's an additional layer why it's so crazy that T1 fumbled re-signing Zeus, because that is supposed to be the legacy. And now that legacy is being built over in HLE. If you put Chovy or Zeka on T1 in the last two worlds, T1 would have 3-0 both times, as in my opinion, Zeus and Owner were the true carries on the team in those finals, with the way Owner passed and Zeus caught pushed waves. Well, I think for 2023, I think that argument can be made. I think that Zeus's performance was so incredible in terms of how hard he carried that probably you could switch out Faker if you don't count the intangibles, right? Because it's impossible for us to measure how important Faker is in the back room, and I don't want to underestimate that. I'm talking strictly gameplay. Strictly gameplay. Faker, in terms of gameplay, what's happening in the game, What we see on our screens, not comms, not backroom. Don't get angry. I understand that Faker brings a lot of intangibles. Don't get angry. Stop writing the comment right now, man. I do think that Chovy, Zeka, with that T1 roster, definitely on the Rift in terms of what they did, could win at 2023. But 2024, I disagree completely. What Faker did in the finals to beat Bilibili, I don't think Zeka or Chovy could do, or we can trust them to do. I think that you are heavily underestimating how good Bilibili was and what T1 was required to do to actually defeat them in the end. That's it for this episode of Hot Takes. Let's bring some more hot takes to the next one. Remember, hot takes, they need to be unique, they need to stand out, they need to come from the deepest crevice of your brain. Bring forth the darkness in terms of your thoughts about League of Legends. Don't give me something generic. It's like, I don't like Fearless. It's like, come on, get dirty. Get in there, man. I'll be there for the next one. Thank you very much. Peace.
So it looks like there's a book coming out that details the drama behind OpenAI's firing of Sam Altman all the way back in 2023. And it kind of shines a light onto kind of what happened behind the scenes. And I feel like there's a few points here that we haven't heard before. The story, interestingly, begins with Peter Thiel. I actually was not aware that he was involved in any way, but now that I think about it, he's always somehow involved in some way. It seems like, right? Now, a lot of people look up to Peter Thiel, especially in the tech industry. They follow his advice. He is a mentor to a lot of people. He was part of the PayPal mafia along with Elon Musk. So if you're not familiar, Peter Thiel, so he's kind of the Don of the PayPal mafia, right? Sort of like the head boss, the godfather, if you will. I will not do a godfather impersonation. Let's just continue. But we also have Max Levchin, so the CTO at PayPal, Elon Musk, of course, and David Sachs, so he's on the All In podcast, and now the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology. We have Reid Hoffman of LinkedIn and many, many others. Now, interestingly, Peter Thiel runs Thiel Fellowship, where he gives some startup funds to people that have certain ideas. His goal is to find kind of the best and brightest. And if they wanted to skip college and instead go and build their idea, he kind of helps them do that. And his track record for finding talent in the tech space is kind of astounding. So it's aimed at students aged 22 or younger, gives them a total of 100,000 over 2 years, as well as guidance and other resources. There's only 20 to 25 fellows selected annually. So So some of the Power Player alumni of the Thiel Fellowship are, for example, Vitalik Buterin, founder of Ethereum and also a self-made billionaire. See if you can spot a pattern in all of these names. We have Dylan Field, the wealthiest person to go through Thiel's fellowship. So he co-founded Figma, a challenge to Adobe's Photoshop. Looks like Figma got acquired for $20 billion, making Field a billionaire. We have Austin Russell, self-made billionaire at age 25. We have Joshua Browder. So he started Do Not Pay. Lucy Guo, so it looks like she's worth $440 million. And this is Laura Deming. So she was in the first sort of Thiel fellowship in 2011. So she started working in a lab at age 12, was enrolled at MIT by 14, and decided to drop out at 16 to pursue Thiel's fellowship. At 23, her longevity fund raised $22 million. Thiel apparently also mentors or used to mentor Sam Altman. In fact, in November 2023, right, the same year, the same month that Sam Altman gets fired from OpenAI, Peter and Sam are sitting and enjoying a fine dining experience in LA's Arts District. So by the way, so this book that kind of originates a lot of this, it hasn't been published yet. It sounds like it talked to a number of people that were kind of insiders that went through this. So we don't yet know like all the sources quite yet. I believe the book launches in a few weeks. Meanwhile, there's multiple news outlets reporting on this. So I'm kind of just piecing everything together. So kind of keep this in mind. I'm not saying any of this is true. I am saying that this has been published by various outlets. We're kind of just beginning to put all the pieces together. So back to our conversation at the Arts Districts. So Peter Thiel is talking to Sam Altman, and Peter is worried about another AI-obsessed individual that he took under his wing, that he's helping to fund his institute that is largely concerned with AI alignment, AI safety. Now, this is about a year after the ChatGPT moment, the release of the ChatGPT app. So people have had time to sort of at least become familiar with it. So this is where talks of AI safety and stuff like that, they're already taking place. It's in the news. And guess who that AI-obsessed prodigy with the AI Safety Institute, who that person is? It's none other than, yes, Eliezer Yudkowsky. Here is Mr. Eliezer Yudkowsky. He decided to Ghiblify himself as well, which my hat's off to him. The Ghibli studio style things have been going kind of viral recently, as I'm sure you know, driven by the new ChatGPT, the 4.0 model being able to produce native images. But Eliezer is the original AI alignment person. He is sort of, when people talk about AI doomers, he's kind of seen as the main person in that discussion. He's sort of like the poster boy, I guess, if you will, for that movement. If you haven't heard his interviews, there are two great interviews that I've listened that I can definitely recommend. One is the Lex Friedman podcast, number 368. The other one is Dwarkesh Patel. So this is, if you've ever seen kind of like this thing where he's like pointing at him going, misaligned, misaligned. That's kind of where that's from. But I think to sum up some of his views in a nutshell, and I think he would agree with me, is that superintelligence just kills you. And I don't think that's hyperbole. I think he's literally said that to people that are saying, oh, imagine all the benefits of superintelligence. He might reply with something like, superintelligence, basically just kills you. And I think he does a great job of explaining sort of all the risks, all the potential risks behind developing AI. He strongly believes that it will turn out bad for the lives of humans. And he also plays a big role in the EA, the effective altruist sort of movement. And of course, you might have heard of the website Less Wrong. So that was created by him. And he's definitely seen as sort of like the leader in the AI safety space. And apparently a mentor of his, somebody that funded some of his research, was Peter Thiel. And again, in November 2023, Peter Thiel is sitting with Sam Altman and warning Sam Altman about Yudkowsky's ideas. He's saying, you don't understand how Eliezer has programmed half the people in your company to believe in that stuff being that, AI is going to kill everyone on Earth. And he's telling Sam, you need to take this more seriously. And so Peter seems like he has warned Sam Altman many times before about his company being overrun by EAs. Right, so EA, effective altruism movement, EAs are people that are part of that sort of movement. Because EA recently pivoted from trying to end global poverty and other sort of causes like that, and focused a lot of their efforts on trying to prevent sort of this rogue AI from killing everybody on the planet, from murdering humanity. And Thiel is predicting that instead EAs will sort of end up destroying OpenAI. And apparently they have a quote of Sam Altman responding saying, well, that was kind of true of Elon, but we got rid of Elon. So at that time, this was OpenAI's board, their board of directors. You had Ilya Sutskever, Helen Toner, Adam D'Angelo, Tasha McCauley, Greg Brockman, and Sam Altman. So the board of directors controls the OpenAI, the non-profit entity, which is kind of like the top line entity under which everything else is formed, right? So the holding company, everything else is underneath the non-profit, right? So the employees and other investors own sort of portions of the holding company. Microsoft owns portions of this capped for-profit company. It's all very complicated, but the point is at the top of the whole thing sits the board of directors. Now, there used to be more of them. Some left due to various conflicts, and for whatever reason, they didn't introduce new ones. Now, some rumors are saying it's in part because Sam and Greg were kind of dragging their feet in terms of getting new people introduced. But whatever the case is, so Helen Toner and Tasha Macaulay, they are sort of part of that EA movement, the EA community. So kind of during this time where Peter Thiel is warning Sam Altman about the potential EA infiltration into OpenAI, 4 members of the board, these people up at the top, so everybody except Sam and Greg, they're holding secret meetings to try to decide whether or not to fire Sam Altman. Some of the reasons why they wanted to get rid of Sam Altman was that there were some safety breaches. So for example, there was supposed to be an oversight board that would approve any releases, such as, ChatGPT's new functionality that was going to be released to the people. According to some of the insiders, they're saying that Sam Altman claimed that all of them were approved by the joint safety board between them and Microsoft. It sounds like Toner found proof that only one has actually been approved. Seems like GPT-4 was launched earlier in India than the rest of the world for certain testing, and that also was without the approval of the Joint Safety Board. There were also problems with the OpenAI's startup fund. It was news to the board also that Sam Altman owned the fund personally. Now, supposedly this was just a temporary arrangement due to some tax structure, and Sam Altman earned no fees or profits from the fund. It was an unusual arrangement. And of course, one of the big things were the release of ChatGPT, which was supposed to be a research preview, but became the fastest growing app of all time, which as later, when we saw interviews with Sam, with Greg, they were saying that nobody could have predicted that. Certainly, I don't know if anybody saw it coming, right? That ChatGPT moment was rather sudden. It didn't seem like a product launch. It did seem like something they expected a number of people to try, but not to get, global interest. And it seems like Ilya Sutskever was potentially the person that kind of pushed the first domino. So he called Helen Toner and didn't quite tell her what was happening, but said, you should talk to Mira Murati a little bit more, kind of giving her a hint as where to go next. Mira Murati was the chief technical officer and was basically running the day-to-day operations of OpenAI. Now, at the same time, there may or may not have been some conflict between Ilya and another OpenAI researcher, Jakub Pachoki. Rumors were that Sam Altman promised both of them to kind of lead the research direction of OpenAI. Also around this time, Helen Toner published a paper in which she criticized OpenAI, kind of saying that Anthropic was doing a much better job kind of over AI safety. Sam Altman was very upset over this, and allegedly he told Ilya Sutskever that Tasha Macaulay, another board member, said that Helen Toner should be fired over this. And apparently they all realized that this was not the case, that this was a lie, because they were at that time holding their own kind of secret meetings. So whatever the case, they decided to pull the plug, and when Sam Altman is away from San Francisco, from the Bay Area, they call him on a video call and tell him that his services are no longer needed. They fired him. They also removed Greg Brockman, likely because Mira Murati did not want to work underneath him. So since they wanted her to just run the whole operation for the time being, they removed Greg as well. Interestingly, this is kind of an interesting bit of information. After that whole thing happened, the board members told Ilya Sutskever that they were pretty sure or worried, or they thought that maybe he was sent as a spy to test their loyalty, right? So maybe he sort of went to them to try to stir up some trouble, saying, oh, you should talk to Mira. There might be some information that you need to know, and kind of got the ball rolling. What if he was doing all of that as sort of this double agent working for Sam Altman? Now, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but there was one prediction that I made back in November 2023, and I stand by to this day. I'm willing to bet money on it, and that is this. This story, this will be a movie or a dramatic reenactment or some sort of TV series, whatever. This boardroom drama. I mean, come on. Double agents, secret cult-like organizations. Every one of these people is like a character, basically. Ilya Sutskever would get all the employees together and chant, "Feel the AGI." I mean, just that scene alone would make a movie. Somebody has to make this. Anyway, now back then when all of this was happening towards the end of 2023, I asked all of you what your thoughts on Helen Toner were. She seemed like she was sort of like one of the main drivers behind this coup, behind the firing of Sam Altman. We got almost 4,000 votes, and only 4% of the people said that she did the right things for the right reasons. 27% said that she had good intentions, like she was trying to do the right thing, but she executed poorly and failed. And most people said, 39% here said that all bad. So just bad ideas, bad ethics, bad execution, just a complete fail. So while we might sort of disagree about her sort of intentions, most people seemingly kind of say that the handling of the situation was a bit inept. And this was seen almost in a day before the firing. So the Thursday, the day before, the 4 board members called Mira Murati and said that they'll be firing Sam Altman the next day and asked her to step in as the interim CEO. So she agreed, but when asked why they were firing him, they wouldn't tell her. Murati was concerned if they talked to Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, about this, if they gave him some advanced warning. They had not. They decided that Mira Murati would tell Satya right before the news broke. And of course, the next day, they decide to pull the trigger. The whole thing becomes a worldwide headline. Everybody wants to know what happened. So at this point, they still haven't told anyone anything. They didn't tell Sam Altman or Greg or Mira Murati. And the only thing that they're saying is that Sam Altman wasn't consistently candid with the board. So after the firing, the employees, the executives, they're all meeting with OpenAI's board, right? The 4 remaining board members, and they're baffled about what's happening. No one knows anything, right? So Satya Nadella, running Microsoft, reports are that he was just mad. He's losing his mind because he's never just seen this sort of behavior. He has no idea what happened, why it happened. They notified him after it happened, sounds like, before sort of the news broke. So he was basically finding out just slightly before the rest of the world did on a Friday, not really having any time to respond. But most people are baffled. They say they are not aware of any specific episodes that might warrant such an outcome, right? So they're saying if he's been consistently candid, like, is there examples of that? Like, what are we talking about here? All right, so this is where it gets good. This is where it gets interesting. This is where there's some like cloak and dagger stuff. The board, again, so these 4 people, they sort of expected Mira Murati to just handle stuff for them. They expected her to calm the employees and explain exactly what was happening and why it was happening, and just kind of like continue business as usual as the board searched for a new CEO. At the time, I believe there were also some sort of conversations about potentially doing a fire sale, selling everything to Anthropic and Dario Amodei, because he was seen as sort of more AI safety conscious person. But the point is, they put Mira Murati in charge. They said, you handle sort of like the masses, you handle everybody, the employees, while we figure out what to do with the company, if we're going to put a new CEO in or just sell it off. And they expect Mira Murati to just handle everything. Instead, Mira Murati basically leads a company-wide revolt against the board. There's a narrative that's being spread in the company that Ilya Sutskever was mad at Jakub Pachoki because he received the promotion. They were also saying that Helen Toner was mad because Sam Altman didn't like her research paper that she published, that he tried to push her off the board. And look, here's the thing. Because they failed to provide a narrative or an explanation of what was happening, of course, one was going to get developed somehow, one way or another. I recall at the time sitting there, like, just not knowing why, what was happening, why these things happen, anything like that. It was very frustrating. And of course, a lot of people are interested in AI development. They're concerned. So having 4 people do this with no explanation, first of all, the entire world is watching. There's no explanation for why it's happening. Like, you could have predicted that this wasn't going to end well. So what happens by Monday morning is that all of them sign a letter threatening to quit if Sam Altman isn't reinstated. So Mira Murati, most of the people at OpenAI, Satya Nadella, meanwhile, is saying that you guys are all welcome to join the Microsoft corporation. So most people at the company are signing that letter saying they're quitting, they're leaving unless Sam Altman is brought back. Interestingly, among all the signatures are 1, Mira Murati, and 2, Ilya Sutskever. At this point, Sam Altman is brought back. Helen Toner and Tasha McCauley, I guess they're just kicked out. Adam D'Angelo, I don't know if he temporarily left or what happened, but he's still on the board. So here's the OpenAI website. So Adam D'Angelo is still listed as one of the board members. So that's quite a wild story, right? So Peter Thiel, that same month it happened, is warning Sam Altman about the EA people that are going to destroy OpenAI. Within weeks, They lead a coup against Sam Altman. They fire Sam Altman. Potentially Ilya Sutskever maybe is the one that started this, but largely it sounds like driven by Helen Toner. Again, as far as we can tell, I have no idea exactly. Then over the weekend, the whole thing turns around. Now, Mir Murati and Ilya Sutskever are signing the document saying, hey, we're going to quit unless we bring Sam Altman back. And then a short while later, the people that are associated with EA are gone. Now, of course, since then, Ilya left OpenAI and started his own company, SSI, Safe Superintelligence. Mir Murati left and started her own company. So kind of a fascinating turn of events. It sounds like the book is going to have even more interesting details. But I'm curious to know what you think about this whole thing. Was this a failed coup? It was just people that were, part of the EA movement that were concerned with AI safety. They found things where Sam Altman wasn't 100% consistently candid, like they said, and they figured they needed to kind of exercise their authority, their role as the board to try to get him out and bring somebody else in. And this was just, they fumbled the execution of that? Or do you think that this may have been something more nefarious? They just wanted to bring in somebody that kind of saw everything the way that they did? Maybe some.
Elon Musk was right.
Issue the notice of funding opportunity within 180 days. That's step one. Step two, which all 56 state applicants completed, is states who want to participate must submit a letter of intent. After they do that, they can submit a request for up to $5 million in planning grants. Then the NTIA, step four, has to review and approve and award, again, planning grants, not broadband grants, planning grants.
And it's still at the NTIA. It's still at the first step.
All right, so the NTIA must issue a NOFO within 180 days. States who want to participate must submit their letter of intent. Step three, they can request up to $5 million in planning grants.
Just planning.
Just planning. Step four, the requests are reviewed, approved, and awarded by the NTIA, which currently all 56, 3 years later, all 56 applicants had passed through at least step five.
This is a 5-minute video? Oh, fuck.
It took more than 3 years. So it's a long time. States must submit a 5-year action plan. So the states kind of go back and they kind of think about how they're going to do this. And they don't just say, okay, thank you for the money. We're going to spend it. And you can see how it worked out later. We're like, here's our 5-year action plan. Then the FCC must publish the broadband data maps before NTIA allocates funds. So having done the NOFO, the letters of intent,
It's not even halfway over.
The request for planning grants, then the review, approval, and awarding of the planning grants, then the 5-year action plans. In between that, the federal government has to put forward a map saying where it thinks we need rural broadband subsidies. Yeah. And then, of course, the states need an opportunity to challenge the map for accuracy. And you can imagine this doesn't all happen.
Dude. How does this happen? How does this fucking happen? This is crazy.
Happen in like a day. Okay. So then the NTIA.
His face. Look at his fucking face. Oh my God.
Step 7 has to use the FCC maps to make allocation decisions. Then, having already done their letter of intent, their request for planning grants, it's hard even to talk about this, man. Step 7 is NTIA must use the FCC maps that were already challenged for allocation decisions. Yeah. Then, having submitted all this, I think this one is actually quite amazing. Yeah. Having submitted their 5-year plans or letters of intent, step 8 is states must submit an initial proposal. An initial proposal.
This is crazy. This is like, you know what this reminds me of? Have your parents ever try to ask you to fix something or do something with a computer, and you invent like a bunch of terms that like create this imaginary red tape for why you can't just do it? You're like, well, I would have to, you know, go into the like CMD registry error and there could be a reset. Like, this is, oh my God, bro. How do you do this?
To the NTIA. Then
Is that the result of their $5 million planning
That's
fund?
the plan.
This
I
initial
assume,
proposal?
but then what was
Yeah.
the 5-year plan?
And what the fuck did they apply for? What was their NOFO?
Like, if the 5-year
God.
action plan isn't the initial proposal, then what's the 5-year action
Forget
plan?
NOFO.
Okay.
MOFO.
Step 9, NTIA must review and approve each state's, again, initial proposal. By my read, we have had at least 2 initial proposals here, but that's a different issue. Step 10, states
Oh, no.
must publish their own map and
just-
allow internal challenges to their own map.
Oh,
So the government
shit.
has published a map. They have invited the states to challenge the map. Then states have submitted initial proposals.
It's not over, bro.
They then have to publish their own map and allow challenges.
Wait, who's challenging it within the state?
Well,
Well, this is why the government's so bloated. This is insane. How does this happen?
organized interest groups, environmental group, like I don't
Oh
know
my
who
God.
specifically, but
Yeah.
literally anybody. This is,
Right.
I want to say something because
Yeah.
it's very important I say this. This is the Biden administration's process for its own bill. They wanted this to happen. This is how
This is
liberal
Biden's-
government works
this
now.
is
This
Biden
is something
design.
they instituted for this bill.
For their bill. This is a bill
Oh,
passed
wow.
by Democrats with a regulatory structure written by Democrats.
So it's actually hall monitors, Karens, and fucking tone policers. It is a complete. It's the Karenocracy. That's it. Oh my fucking God. It's actually so bad. This is insane. How do you let this happen? How do you do this? Like,
Administration. Okay.
Right.
Step 11.
yeah.
The NTIA must review and improve the challenge results and the final map. So the NTIA has put forward a map. The states have challenged that map. Then the states have put forward their maps, had other challenges. And now the NTIA must review and approve the challenges to the state
Oh,
maps. Okay.
fuck.
So we've done step 11. NTIA must review and approve challenge results and final map. We've lost
Yeah.
9 of the applicants at that point.
Yeah.
Step 12. States must run a competitive sub-granting process.
Oh my fucking God.
He's losing
At
it.
step 12, after all
losing
this
it.
has been done.
Yeah, none of that could have happened along the way here. We have now lost 17 more applicants. So now
Oh, no.
30 of 56 have completed step 12. Step 13, states must submit a final proposal. This all the proposals were in the
Oh,
NTIA.
jeez.
Now that goes to 3 of 56. So we've gone in the last couple
Oh.
steps from 56 had gone to this point to 3
Yeah.
of 56. Step 14. The NTIA must review and approve the state's final proposal. And that is 3 of the 56 jurisdictions and states are there.
This is
In
50.
summary, states are nearly at the finish line. And it says to stop their progress now, or worse, to make them go backwards, would be a
Oh,
stick in the
fuck.
spokes of the most promising broadband deployment plans we have ever seen.
Wow.
End scene.
I'm speechless, Ezra. Honestly, like, it's far worse than I could have imagined. But the fact
This is, remember what I told you? I told you I was worse. Like the guys that did that Doge shit, they were downplaying it. Nobody wanted to admit that. But if you ever worked at a big company or you worked at the government, you would know that this is the way it is. Yeah. Like it's literally that simple. I mean, it's insane that like,
fact that they amputated their own legs on this is what's so stunning.
It's bad, man. He losing it. Yeah, I know. He needs to go way down. This is bad. Oh my fucking God. He pays the taxes to do this? Yeah. This is what everybody's money's going towards. I guess so. That's right, guys. That's what all your money's going to. They downplayed it because they don't want to die. Yeah, Musk says if he gets rid of all the corruption, they'll kill him. I guess so. This is insane. He got to take a break. Yeah. The only way to fix this is invading Greenland. Well, there's that, or we could well, let's see. Maybe we could get rid of. Could we get rid of like like some sort of like history month or something like that? Like we could get rid of Women's History Month. Maybe that would do it. Bomb Iran? Yeah, there you go.
You're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Who told you you were a girl?
What?
Mommy,
When did she tell you you were a girl?
because I love girls.
What the
Oh,
hell?
I see. So mommy told you you were a girl?
Uh-huh.
The state of California says that I have to pay for the chemical and physical castration of my son as child support.
What?
I'm not going to pay that child support. I'm not going to pay anything to hurt my son.
And that means you'll be going to prison?
California is going to send me to prison for that.
What?
So, Jeff, you are going through something. You've been going
Elon Musk.
through something that is probably a father's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Tell me when this started.
Started when my son was about 2 years old. My ex-wife, who's a pediatrician in Capel, Texas, started thinking that he might be a girl.
He's 2 years old. What? Holy shit.
And started trying to transition him to a girl. And when I tried to put a stop to that, she filed for divorce and used her relationships with care providers to force me out of my house. And so I moved about a mile up the road from my sons. She filed for divorce formally, and I had 50-50 custody of him. And just after his 3rd birthday, you know, I took the first iPhone video I'd ever taken, and it was him telling me that he thought he was a girl because his mommy tells him a girl. You can go on YouTube and just search for "mommy says I'm a girl." You'll find that video.
That is grooming, man. Like, how is a parent trying to like groom their kid into being trans at 2 and 3 years old? That's insane. This is crazy. They're in jail. Yes, this is nuts. Look at the video now. It was the beginning of this. Like, just like go back like literally 1 minute in the VOD and you'll see it. This is nuts.
Yeah. She was telling him things like, you know, she would put him into timeout and say, "Don't be a boy. The monsters only eat boys," and weird things like this.
Bro. How do you let this happen? This is insane. Yes, this is straight up wrong. Yes, it is. This is awful. It's not even nuts. She had to be sent to an asylum as soon as possible. I think that a lot of women, like, and this is especially true, I think women fall victim to this more often, is that, like, the social messaging and, like, the moral virtue of being trans, I think causes women to have, like, so there's a fucking issue, like a mental disorder. It's called Munchausen by proxy. And it's where a parent basically like either gets their kid sick or pretends like their kid is really sick in order to basically farm sympathy and farm attention from having this sick kid. And so I view the parents that are like grooming kids to be trans as like, I mean, and again, we're not even talking about like 14. We're talking about 2 and 3 years old. Okay. They don't even know what gender is yet, really. And like, you're grooming your kid to do this. Like, this is a mental disorder, right? I mean, this woman there's something wrong with her, man. Yeah, like straight up something wrong with her. And it's insane that like, I can't see anybody who could just not come to this obvious conclusion that she's nuts. Yes, it's insane. He's not 2, bro? Well, he was in the video where at the beginning, actually, they said he was 3. So that's not it. Yeah, so he's 3. I think that's a little bit better, right? Let's see here. And I remember his documentaries, and a woman would hospitalize themselves regularly. Yeah, and so that's what happens. And I'm shocked that people don't like put up with this even in a slightest amount. This is crazy. It was 2 whenever she began grooming. Yeah, according to him, that's true.
And she began to then socially transition him, and that led to a titanic battle in the state of Texas that culminated in me getting the procedures outlawed in Texas.
Good for him.
And the political establishment in Texas allowing her to come to California so she could still castrate him even though I got it outlawed.
Had your son, you have 2 sons.
I have 2 sons, James and Jude. They're twins. They're not identical.
Okay.
James is the one that she's transitioning.
And was there any sign in James that he was open to this or showing signs that he wanted to be anything other than
Well, you know, it's interesting. So he was directly asked that by counselors and stuff, but
how are counselors asking a child what gender they think they are? What's going on? How is this? This is insane. He's brainwashed. Yeah, also, like, of course you have a kid. Like, if the mom is sitting there, this is like you have kids that are like radical, you know, religious people, right? like kids that are like hyper racist. If you have a 5-year-old that's hyper racist and they know a bunch of racial slurs, they didn't spawn in that way, man. They had a little bit of help.
Let me just tell you about one of the fundamental facts of the case that
parents,
a lot of people find shocking. James never presented as a girl with anyone but his mom. At church.
Because he wanted to make her happy. Because she would like whenever he would act like a girl. That's probably what happened.
With me, with his friends, he dressed as a boy and called himself James. He only presented as a girl with his mom. And I asked him one time, why are you doing that? And he just flat out told me, he said, well, mommy doesn't love me if I'm not a girl.
Yep. Well, there it is. It's just like I said. I mean, a lot of these women are just fucking insane. And I don't know really how it gets to this extreme. Like, I'm not sure, like, is it something where, like, what's her relationship with the other kid, right? Her other son. You know, like, what's the relationship with this? Is it because, like, this is somehow like a, you know, like she's getting a divorce, so now she hates all men and she doesn't want to be around men, so she's making her young boy son a girl. Like, I don't know. Is she doing this for like social validation? Like, I always wonder about that. Like, why does a person do this?
And that's what he told the counselors too. James is a very talented boxer.
By the way, this is the reason why people call it a woke mind virus. This is like straight up a perversion of the mind. If you are looking to defend this in any way, shape, or form, you have completely lost the plot. You are totally out of your fucking mind. This is not acceptable. It's not okay. This is creepy, weird. This is child grooming. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. These are children, and we're not even talking about 16 again. We're talking about, you know, they're not even in school yet. It's deranged. Yeah, it's an accessory to these people. Yeah.
I'm a boxer. My dad was a boxer. James is extremely talented. Jude's a wrestler, but James is a very talented boxer. Olympic talent scouts were looking at him. He's that good.
Good for him.
And they backed away from him once this all got started. He has all boyfriends.
Yeah, sure.
Now, he has some things that you might say are feminine. He likes art. He particularly likes painting and pastels.
Right.
My son Jude likes sculpture, you know. James is also more extroverted. And
so this is why he's a girl, is because he likes art and painting. Uh-huh.
Is willing to play with almost anybody, you know, and he will definitely play with girls. He'll play tag with girls. He'll build things with girls. He has no problem like hanging around with girls. But in terms of having a desire to be a girl, he consistently told me for 10 years that he had no desire to be a girl. He told the court-appointed counselor that he was embarrassed to wear dresses to school. He was getting too.
Whoa.
Old for that and didn't want to wear dresses. And they initiated a CPS investigation against me for forcing him to be a boy. And my
average divorced dad experience. Yep, well, there it is. Oh my God. How does this happen? Do you remember what I said before, guys? There's two groups of people in the world that are causing all of our problems, and the main one is Karens. That's
CPS investigation.
I was telling you guys.
Contact with your sons now?
No, I'm disallowed all contact with my sons.
You're not allowed to even contact them?
No.
Wow.
I'll tell you how this all sort of built up.
Wow.
So she started transitioning him, you know, really hardcore at 3. I mean, where she presented him to the world with a fake girl's name and everything.
Bro, how is every single person in the country not immediately saying this woman needs to have the kid taken away from her? This is, put her in jail. This is This is sexual grooming. This is sick.
This, of course, would have been an important component in the divorce that was going on.
Of course.
So we get to 2017, and we have our divorce trial, and we had a custody evaluator. His name is Blake Mitchell. He practices out of Frisco, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas.
Okay.
And he asked me, what is your top issue? And I said, my top issue is she's tampering with my son's gender identity.
Yeah.
So he charges me $60,000 and does a one-year investigation of my family, interviewing my children over and over again, everything, and determines that she was not transitioning my son to a girl. He straight up lied to the court and said that I had made a false accusation against her for saying that she was trying to transition my son to a girl. And on that basis, I lost 50.
Well, I mean, couldn't they just cross-reference it with him saying this to the, like, this is crazy. What the fuck?
50 custody and got less than standard possession time. So I basically got, 4 to 6 days a month with my sons. So that's how the divorce ended, with the psychologist just outright lying. Now, I've been lucky with these psychologists that lie. I've been able to prove they've lied, so the court actually set aside his report. But
this is insane. Revoke his license? Yeah, yeah. If he lied,
that's what he actually told the court in his report.
Exactly.
So she then starts really ramping up it again, and now he's wearing makeup at school.
Oh boy.
He's using the girls' restroom at his elementary school. Which
what the teachers let this happen? The teachers are enabling this? Oh my God. It's California? This is insane. I don't even know what to say. How is this even real?
Which was Pinkerton Middle School in Coppell, Texas. I got that school shut down. That school doesn't exist anymore in Coppell. They shut down. Got rid of the principal there. Her name is
what?
Miss Mickelson, who's the one that really transitioned my son.
So it's another Karen. What is happening? What the fuck? I don't even know.
And I found out
it's a Karen coalition. It is. It is. They were in Texas. I guess so. I feel horrible for this man. Yes. Oh my God. That's in Texas or California. They were in Texas, and then after Texas seemingly wasn't putting up with it, then they moved to California.
Out after 2.5 years, they had been transitioning my son secretly behind my back. So I would bring my son to Pinkerton Middle School in Coppell in boys' clothes, because he wears boys' clothes with me, and they would give him a dress.
And the entire school got shut down for this. What the actual fuck? This is crazy. This is insane. Social contest is a massive problem if real. I feel like, I generally, I mean, if the school got shut down, the court denied this, I feel like there's got to be some truth in this, right? I mean, like, because this is like multiple points of reference where it's confirmed. There are court reports public, it's real? Yeah. Okay, so there's public court reports of this.
And tell him to use the girls' bathroom.
So wait a minute. So he's being groomed by school administrators to go into the bathroom of the other gender? Oh my God. How are these people not in jail? This is insane. Really, this is crazy.
And when I found that out, I filed grievances against
Yeah,
the
that's a
public
good
school.
idea.
And of course, they exonerated themselves, saying that under their nicknames policy, they're allowed to call him whatever he wants.
That's true, but what about the dress? And what about the bathrooms?
And they're allowed to put him in dresses because he wants to wear it and it doesn't harm him in any way. And so there was just no place to go. It's virtually impossible in Texas to sue a school district because they have sovereign immunity.
Why?
So this kept ramping up with my ex-wife.
See, the problem of why this happens is that the individual teachers that are doing this don't get held accountable for, like, basically child grooming, which is, I think, what should happen. And this is the reason why this kind of stuff propagates so much, is that there's like an administrative bureaucracy for this that kind of enables these people to just do awful stuff. They aren't allowed to force and supersede parental rights. Yeah. And so anyway, sue the teachers. Yes, exactly. And well, you don't sue them. You hold them criminally responsible for doing this. That's the way that you solve this problem. I'm a very big believer in individual personal accountability that directly affects the person that is doing the action. I think that's how you solve a problem. Because if there's no real consequence for this, it just happens. But the moment that it's kind of like, for example, do you remember what I was saying about how like all the polls were saying that like Kamala Harris would win, but then everybody who was betting on it said Trump would win? Well, people have a very more realistic view of the world the moment that they have any money in the game, they have any skin in the game. So the way that you solve this problem is that you make people accountable directly for what they're doing. And that makes this go away instantaneously. And so everybody is always willing to have these high-minded, weird ideals because they never have to suffer any consequences for them. But the moment that you add in consequences, this stuff immediately falls apart. So in my opinion, I think that the mom and I think the teachers that were found to be cooperating with and encouraging the student to go in the opposite gender bathrooms, I think that they need to be brought up on some form of criminal charge. Personally. Because that's what they've done. And that's the real solution for something like this. And you punish them directly. You make an example out of them as an individual, because shutting down the school, they just go work somewhere else. It doesn't really affect their life in the same way that a sex charge would. And it should, by the way. It should. This is what should happen. Mom, where's the crime? I think that grooming a child in a sexual way, especially before they even understand sexuality at all, is sexual exploitation of a child. I think that it is, and I think it's disgusting. It is. It's grooming. It's abuse. Yes, exactly. Falls under child abuse? Yes, it is.
So finally, I look in the medical records with my ex-wife chose a pediatrician, Dr. Jennifer Pape, in Flower Mound, Texas, where I live. And Dr. Pape, in the medical records, it says that her and Miss Georgilis, my ex-wife, were planning on chemically castrating James at age 8 or 9. That's plain black and white in the medical records. So obviously, I start to vociferously oppose this. I try to get
this is why does she still have a license, right? Why isn't she in jail?
a new
pediatrician.
I have to go to court to try to get a new pediatrician. That leads her to file another lawsuit against me for sole control of James.
So they were at what age were they looking to do this?
At age 8 or 9, they were going to chemically castrate him.
It's insane, man. It really is. Like, I've seen some of this stuff that's happened, and it's unreal that there's anybody putting up with this even for a second. Mother should be stripped of a medical license, lose all custody, and promptly jailed. This is what I think should happen. Like, this is the kind of stuff, in my opinion, that I think, like, the government and, like, especially even federal government should look into, because examples like this are just, I mean, it's just sick. And the fact that there's, like, an apparatus that's protecting this woman, and the worst part is that not only are they protecting her, they are enabling and, like, making her more powerful. They're protecting her and enabling her to do this even more. So, did you see the video with the police officer yet? Yeah, I know it's coming up. Don't worry, I'll get to it. And she's a pediatrician. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. And link to the video. It was just a Reddit. It's a Reddit post. I don't know what this is exactly at all. And you see all these people. Look at all these reports. Like, these people don't want the truth to get out. It's not. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard to understand. Dude's going to jail for his baby mama's child abuse. Convincing a child is the opposite gender is a form of sexual abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll die on this hill. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, well, the thing is that you need to start charging people for it. Because, again, the reason why this stuff happens is because... So let me explain why this happens. I think that a lot of people have these viewpoints and they try to transition. I'm just going to say it. I think that a lot of people try to transition their kids for social points. I think they do. And I actually think it's that simple. They try to transition their kids for social points, or they do it because this is some ideology and the kid plays along with it because it's a good way for the kid to get attention from the parents, right? And so that's it. And so this happens. You're right about that? Yeah. And this is what Karens do. And I'm sure, you know, guys do this too, but it sure seems like it's primarily women that are pushing this. But the point is still the same. I mean, it doesn't matter who's doing it. It's bad no matter what. The point is that that's the reason why it's happening. It's not happening because they really believe it. They're doing it for some kind of approval or some like deep-seated resentment of men or something like that. So yeah, pick me guys. Yeah, probably just mentally ill. Well, regardless of what the reason is, I think that this is my mindset. I think that if you're trying to transition a 3-year-old, you are mentally unfit to be a custodian parent. Period. And that's being generous. Like, it really, I mean, this is not even like, if you're planning on, you know, doing sex operations on a child at 8 or 9 years old, you are not, you need to have your medical license revoked immediately. I can't even understand how, where this, you shouldn't be around children, period. You can't be trusted. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. These people need to be removed from society. Yeah. They want to give them puberty blockers. Yeah, I bet they do. And just because a kid says they want to be a fire truck doesn't mean that we should paint them red. Yeah, well, also, like, and here's the issue, is that a lot of kids, this is what I think happens, is that the parents, and this is what the dad said, is that some of these parents that are so captured by this, like, worldview or ideology, because they're so captured by it, and the kid probably, like, you think about the type of person that gets involved with stuff like this, probably a psychotic, crazy bitch, right? And so if you're a kid of this parent, well, and this is your mom, you're going to want to go along with what she says so she's nice to you and she doesn't treat you like shit, right? And so, of course, the kids are going to voluntarily go along with this because that's the only way that they can be treated nicely by the parent. And I think that this happens, it happens with religious extremism, it happens with political extremism, it happens with this type of extremism. I think it happens with everything, right? And it's insane. I probably would have gone along with it too. Yeah, I think a lot of kids would have. And because they don't have the problem, and this is the issue that a lot of kids have, and this is why it's important not to do this kind of stuff to kids, is because they don't have any frame of reference to understand what is the difference between being a man or a woman. They don't get it. They don't even understand it. So you're taking a complex idea, adult idea of transgenderism, and you're pushing it on a child in a very narrow view from their mind of what makes sense. It's insane. They don't know any better. They trust their parents are going to do things to their best interest. They can't comprehend the topics. Yeah, exactly. And when the boy's 15, he wishes he's a girl. Well, I don't know about being 15, right? I mean, I'd say 15, you've got a better idea of who you are than 3. I'd tell you that. I think anybody'd say that. And so anyway, yeah. So poor kid was groomed. He was. She belongs in prison. Absolutely. It hurts to watch. I can't even imagine having to go through this. Yeah, it's awful. Unwatchably sad and shocking to me. It makes me so angry, him and the poor boy. This is why it's important to never vote for anybody who makes any kind of defense for this. So, like, this is my mindset. I would say that if anybody tries to defend this, never vote for them for any reason. There's no justification for this. There's no situation where it's okay. Even if you side with people that are okay with this, that still, in my opinion, is a complete disqualifier. This is sick, disgusting, and I think these people should be put in jail. I do. And if the moment that somebody actually comes up there that's more extreme than Trump or Vance about this, I'll vote for them to put these people in jail. Because I think this is child abuse, it's child grooming, it's disgusting, and it has to stop. It does, yeah, and nobody should be tolerating this even in a slight amount. I cannot wait for the person to run for election that's going to put these people in jail, because I, and I think a lot of other people, are going to vote.
October 10th, 2024. It's a day I'll never forget. The believer inside me died that day. On that night, Ella threw his Resident Evil 4 permadeath randomizer run, thanks to a poorly thrown heavy nade.
What? No! What is happening? Are you kidding me? What is that? What is that?
Somehow, I had forgotten to gamba, but too many others weren't so lucky. Their points completely wiped out. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Gamers, let's go. Could be a striker. A striker, yeah?
Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? Well, well.
Riot gun with 14 power. Okay. How is this? Oh. Holy shit. Okay, look at this. That's 3 exclusives. On base, it has 19.8 power times 2. That's a 40 power striker right there. And it's not that expensive to upgrade either. I've seen worse. So, yeah, pretty good.
Come back any
Pretty good. More bugs. You can see where they dug up the bugs. This seed is bugged? Ah, there is a lot of bugs in the seed for now. I think I'll actually get... I should be getting bingo soon, I believe. Oh my god, that grenade went to nowhere. I thought it'd go further than that. At least I can clear my inventory.
feeling this?
What the fuck? Okay, that didn't kill me? Jesus Christ. All right. Oh, Nate, please. Oh, my lord, 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 my lord. God, I can't do shit with this fucking Gloria Las Plagas.
There you go.
Oh, hello. I got bingo, motherfucker. Let's go. It's almost Christmas, actually. Anonymous gives out to Santa's cock is coming to town. Right. Last death, I died in cabin to a chainsaw.
Close your eyes.
Ah! Nick, come on! I pressed space! I pressed space! The whole cabin was just filled with chainsaws. It was crazy. This striker fucks hard. Yeah, and at max upgrade, it's gonna have 40 attack power. Right now, it has 9. Uh-oh. That's a Mega Salvador. I do have a flash and some grenades for this upcoming segment. I might just make a run for it. How big is that guy? Oh, yeah. Okay, we have to stop him. He's gonna catch up to me, I think. Hold on. Do I need to use a grenade for this? I don't think so. No. I should be fine. I should be fine. What do we have? Any chainsaw? Chain equals fucking spider. Okay, I'm gonna go left. Stab. Okay, nice call. I went to Finland for a week of vacation. I didn't expect you to have been waiting for me to come back. Thanks, now I'm back so you can finish the game. Oh, yo, Brownie, let's go. I will now proceed to beat this. Bonk.
Let's do. Welcome. I got something new for you. That cash in your pocket or your life.
That's very tempting, actually. Buy it now and use it for El Gigante. Well, we have an insta-kill for El Gigante. Can also upgrade the power here. Like I said, it's pretty cheap to upgrade this. All right, let's go.
Dazzle.
Double power upgrade. I'll take it. Add this emote I made. Luli Key. Okay. You know what? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? Do I like Gears of War? I haven't played that in forever. But yeah, Gears of War. Ah, nice. There goes a third of my armor. Epic. Chain equals saw, I see there. Okay. I feel like I'm hearing Krauser, yeah. Okay, he's gone. Ahí va eso. Okay, I see Shrek there. What the fuck? Okay, we're definitely rushing this and praying for the best. Dick. Okay, that's too many chainsaws. Let's use a... I could kill all of this.
Present for you. There you go. Sorry. Present for you. Stay down, right?
That was actually really good. I should get a lot of treasure from that. What the fuck? Nice cheating, Shrek. Let's see what I got from this. Peseta pipe. That. Wait, this is it? That was it? Okay, that was not worth it at all. Do you want to die? Will you drop treasure? Shut up. Ah, thanks, bro. Wait, you can mash F when Leon grabs his head to recover faster? Wait, that's a thing? Oh, I do like that. Having two knives is actually quite nice. Two knives. Two. Like the meme? The meme lady? What? I'm too short. No. Ooh, score. Nice. Thank you, dude. A spinel for me. I hear chain equals saw. Shrek? Yeah. Oh, that bounced on the... How? Shrek! Dog! Wait. You're not shooting me through the fucking... Can you not? What a dickus. Stop! Man's on a fucking mission. And then I get 10 handgun ammo. Bro, man, you're so funny, man. I know, right? Do you like when I make the Hawk Tua reference? Like the meme? The meme that blew up? That's epic, dude. Epic Chungus. Oh, God. Epic fucking Chungus.
Dinero.
Lou.
Oh, shit. That's karma. Wait, what the hell? You recover so fast if you press F. I wish I knew that like 20 runs ago. At least I know it now, so thanks. Epic Chungus tech. Okay, I'm stopping. The subs are for your cringe therapy, which you're gonna need after this Chungus Maximus stream.
I have something.
Whoa!
Welcome.
I have to run here because I don't have ammo to deal with it. But I literally... Oh, I think I got staggered by something. That's fine, though. It's all good. No biggie. Cubierto! Just run. I just don't have enough ammo to deal with this. I have to just run this. Well, here goes nothing.
Hey, you.
Everyone move.
Break already. This is what I'm talking about.
No, 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 no. Cubierto!
I believe this is the one run to rule them all. Cast the constant throws into the fire of Mount Village and be done with this tormenting run. Make us proud.
It's really not looking too good, ammo-wise. Buy a handgun? You see, that's the problem with a randomizer. I can't just buy any weapon. It's random. So there actually is no handgun for me to buy. Alright, first of all, I'm going to the store. Oh! Just killed that Swedish Classic event command. Just murder it. Hey, look at that! It's a handgun! And a case upgrade! You know what? It's 2.7 power, which could be nice. I mean, oh, 24K!
I'll see you right.
Yeah, it's pretty ass, it is. World first in my randomizer attempts now. Here we go, chat. Look at this.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Well, it's probably better than my shitty Red 9.
Your weapons are in good hands.
It's actually pretty decent. I like it. I do. It's got the crit rate, which is very nice on TMP. All right, moving on. My inventory's so stacked again, but that's I have a lot of heals.
Ashley, you in there? Ashley Grimm, are you in here?
Just let me go.
Listen. Easy with that.
I actually like this outfit. It's kind of nice. I gotta play the cutscene for chat. Yeah. I don't want to see the cutscene again. It's slow, dude. The chat will unsub, unfollow, and unwatch, uninstall Chrome, unplug their PC, and sell it if I skip it. Thank God she's actually not naked under there, though. It would have been a Larksa. I wonder if there's a clip of that. Larksa installed like a kilt Kratos costume for God of War, and he had a huge schlong under it when she was checking. I don't think she got banned for it though. What is this, the Larksa clip? Ah, fuck off.
Welcome.
That TMP seems ass. Okay, there is a rifle here. That rifle seems good, to be honest.
What you see is what I've got.
That's actually quite nice.
Come.
Well, I got 3 different type of ammo kinds now, so that's really good. We have rifle, shotgun, SMG, and magnum. And now I can kill regenerators if I want to. So, yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Did I say 3? I mean 4.
Keep moving.
Obviously 4. I went to school. Believe it or not. Okay, run. Ashley, come here. Clown school doesn't count? I did not go to no clown school, alright? Nothing wrong with going to clown school.
There you go.
Ashley, come on. Move back. Notice him getting defensive about clown school. I am never defensive on stream. Ever. Too short for clown. Stop trying to distract me. I'm actually getting far here, alright?
Any school is a clown school if there are goes to it.
Listen, just ask my classmates, alright? I was a Chad. I was a cool Chad, okay? Alright, we're here again. I'm locking in, chat. Okay, that's a lot of healing. Oh, that does not sound good. Okay, chainsaw.
Yeah. Now you shut up, you'll be good to go.
Okay, Lewis, move back.
Hey, you.
How is she alive?
Ella, the man who used to be so good at speedrunning his hairline started receding from the speed. Now he's all washed up with only a shiny forehead to show for it.
No, this guy's huge! I have a yellow one. I gotta pop that and an egg. And oh, this guy! How's it going down here?
Perfect timing. Give me a hand.
No, don't kick me. Two of them. Of course. What? Fine. I'm getting fucking bullied. Stop. I hear a chainsaw again. Oh yeah, I definitely hear. That's a big chainsaw. Oh, and I have a fucking Plagas guy. That's really bad. That guy is scary. I am not going close to that window though. Let me. Okay, I have an idea.
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
We're good.
This one's good.
Okay, go up, go up, go up, go up.
Way's closed.
What the fuck?
Should have known you were one of the bugs.
I've been waiting, hero boy.
Okay, Ashley, please hurry up. Oh shit, alright, that's a chainsaw. Reload, please. Okay, what do I have? A flash. Flash and kill her. Is he above me? Oh shit, he is. Fuck. Okay, just throw another flash. He's still not down here, so that's good. Where is Ashley? Come on, please. As long as Chainsaw Guy doesn't come down, I'm fine. Stay up there. Please stay up there. Okay, just wait. Yes! Okay. Oh. Thank God he was stuck up there. All right, let's go. Next run killer right here.
I am flattered. I'm a one lady type of guy.
One down.
I have no grenades. I have an idea. Oh, Ashley's out. I don't know why.
Okay.
Oh my god, okay, I can't shoot there. I'm gonna kill her. Alright, we actually get a shot at the biggest reset point in this run. The Mendes Hill. Oh god, digital. Holy. Here we go. Okay, let's pause buffer this entire segment. What do we have? Regular guy, that's a one-shot with this. Move forward. More regular guys, also a one-shot if I decide to kill them. Okay, that's not a... That did not kill them somehow, but... Okay, what else do we have? Look to the right. Oh, shoot this. Okay, follow me. Yes, you're here, you're here, you're here. That's good, that's good. Okay, that's where I need to use the heavy nade right here. And then we also have a chainsaw Shrek, which I could hopefully nuke with this. I don't want to throw a flash here because Ashley is going to get flash from it. That's not good. I got fucking flame from the back. Okay, we gotta run, we gotta run, we gotta run. Ashley, Ashley, Ashley. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
This way.
Yes! Okay. Very nice. That Shrek was close, dude. I tried to nuke him with my revolver, but I got the flame animation, so I had to parry instead.
Should have known you were one of the bugs.
What the hell? Thought I could sidestep that.
You move quick for such a big bastard.
He's waiting for me to climb up the ladder. That's so nice.
That had to have done something. Guess your tap dancing days are over.
Oh, I had a yellow one. I didn't see that. Okay.
Back at you.
shit. I thought he would do like the charge thing. We gotta run. This chapter coming up is also scary, yeah. Oh! See, I can't gnome anymore. It's fucking over. I've done it too much today. I need to charge up stamina. So I think you shoot that one first. I definitely need to do this segment like with more practice, but hey, you shoot that one, and then it's always the bridge to the cannon I'm scared of. Fuck, I had a dynamite. I almost killed Ashley with it.
Ashley! You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So that's what I'm scared of, yeah. And then, but, yeah, so which one is shooting on that bridge? Oh, is it you? Okay. That's where the barrel is. All right, I'm downloading here. Okay, now I'm scared of that one. So that one is fine, because it's not going to shoot the bridge now. I could definitely make it there and just kill the rest now, I think.